Welcome you teacher Black Adam, and we're doing maths linear algebra. So that's 1 there, that's a 0, and then that is 0 also. So wherever there is a blank space, you fill it with 0 under the right column. So it's 1 0 negative 3 and positive 8, and that is 2, that is 2, that is 9 and 7. That's 0, that's 1, that's 5, and that's negative 2. So that's our column 1 x1, 2 x2, 3 x3, and b, that's for constant. So we're required to find, that is, we need to find the pivotal positions, and then you find that on the 1 and 2, so we need to get rid of the 2 there. So we're going to multiply row 1 with negative 2 and then add it to row 2, and then that will replace it on row 2. So we keep row 1 constant, so we're only going to change row 2. So that is negative, and there's row 1, that's 1 0 and negative 3 and 8, and then from there we have negative 2 0 negative positive 6 and then negative 16. That is negative 2 multiplied by row 1. And then from there we're done with negative 2 roll 1, and then we go to we just insert in roll 2. So that's roll 2 inserted, and then from there we add. So that's the addition. We're following in the idea up there, and then that's 0 0 plus 2 is 2, 6 plus 9 is 15, and negative 16 plus 7 is negative 9, and we replace what we have on roll 2. Then from there we write as it is, roll 1, that's 1 0 negative 3 and 8, and then roll 2 has to be replaced with what we have now, 0 2 15 negative 9, and then roll 3 we did nothing with it, so we replace it as it is, 0 1 5 negative 2. So that is first simplified part. Then we move on, we see that we have 2 there and 1, so we need to make that 2 to be 1. That's the pivotal position. And then from there, what we have to do, we have to, that's a roll 2, then we have to change roll 1, multiplying it by negative 2. So roll 1, roll 3 multiplied by negative 2, so it's negative 2 roll 3. So we have to multiply that by 3 so that we can make that negative 2 to disappear on the second row. So that is negative 2 roll 3 plus roll 2, and we replace that on roll 3. And then we have negative 2, we have put in the roll 2, which is 0, that's not roll 2, that's roll 3, that's 0 1 5 negative 2. So that is negative 2 times that's negative 10, negative 2 times negative 2, that's positive 4. And you know that's negative 2 multiplied by roll 3. And yeah, so we're done with that part. So we need to just replace roll 2. So roll 2, remember we have 0. We have 0 there, we have 2, we have 15, negative 9. So that's roll 2. And once again, we add, as on the expression above, we add. So there we're adding, and the 0, negative 2 plus 2 is 0, negative 10 plus 15 is negative 5, and 4 plus negative 9 is going to be negative 5. Okay, that's positive 5, negative 5. And all that we replace it in roll 3. Okay, so we are only replacing roll 3. So roll 1 we write it as it is, which is 1 0 negative 3 8, and then we have 0, we have 2, we have 15, we have negative 9. So roll 3 will change to 0 0 0 0 positive 5 and negative 5. So we have 0 there, we have 0, we have positive 5, negative 5. So that is it, the simplified part. So once again we simplify further, we can see that we have that on that column, so we're going to reduce that. So that is a half. First thing, half for roll 3, and then from there we're going to add it with roll 1. Okay, so let's say half roll 3, I mean 1/5 of roll 3, and that will give us 1/5 of roll 3, and that will give us 0 0, and that's gonna be 1 times that's going to be -1, so that's going to be roll 3. So that's 1/5 of roll 3 give us 0 0 1 -1. So we're 1 0 -3 and 8. So for every change we make, we adjust the matrix. So it's 0 0 1 -1, and then from there we can see that we have -3 there and 1. So we need to multiply roll 3 by 3. So that means we have 3 times roll 3 plus roll 1, and all of that we're going to replace roll 1. So that will be 3. We'll keep roll 3 unchanged. So 3 times roll 3 0 0 1 -1. Then it's going to be 0 0. That's going to be 3 and -3. So that is going to be 3 times roll 3. And from there we need to just replace roll 1, which is 1 0. No, I think roll 1. That's 1 0 -3 and 8. And then from there we add this 1 0 0 and then +5. So we replace that on roll 1. So replacing that on roll 1 gives us 1 0 -3. Okay, no, that's we're replacing that 1 0 0 5. So 1 0 0 5, that's for roll 1, and then roll 2 0 2 15 -9. Roll 3 0 0 1 -1. Okay, so the first row we're covered. We need to sort the second row. The second row pivotal position has 2, so we need to multiply roll 3 by -15 to get rid of the 15 there on the third column. So -15 times roll 3 plus 2 plus roll 2, and all that we replace it in roll 2, so we keep roll 3 constant. So roll 3 is 0 0 1 -1, and then 15 times 0 0, 15 times 0 0 -15. So -15 times 1 is -15, and -15 times -1 is going to be +15, and then that is going to be -15 roll 3 multiplied by roll 3. So that part is sorted, and then now we have to add with the roll 2. So roll 2 is 0 2 +15 -9, and that is roll 2. We just put it there. We need to find the hybrid of the two, so we add according to our expression. We add that 0 plus 0 is 0, 0 plus 2 is 2, -15 plus 15 is 0, +15 plus -9 is 6, and all that we replace it in roll 2. So moving on to roll 2. Okay, so we need, after we do an adjustment, so we need to make sure that we have the correct. So we put in the matrix as it is on the previous part, that is 1 0 0 5, and that is 0 2 15, I mean 0 2 0 6, and that's 0 0 1 -1. And from there we can see that we have 2 0 6. So pivotal position is 2, so we have to make it 1. So it's going to be half of roll 2 plus half of roll 2, and then we replace it. So that's going to be half of roll 2, replace it in roll 2. We're just finding the simple ratio. So that's going to be half of 0, okay, half of 0 2 0 6, and then that will be 0, that will be half times 2 is 1, and half times 0 is 0, half times 6 is 3. Okay, so from there that is going to be that's what we did, half of roll 2. So we replace everything 1 0 0 5, and then 0 1 0 3, and then 0 1 I mean 0 0 1 0 negative 1. So first column is x1, x2 and x3, and b for constant. And then from there, what we do, those are the pivotal positions for the variables that we are looking for. So that means we have x1 there, which means x1 is going to be 5, and then x2 once again, so x2 is going to be positive 3, and then x3 is going to be negative 1. So from there we have those values. So that's our answer. So putting it in the coordinate form is going to be 5, 2, 3 to negative 1. So that's the value for x, 1, 2 and 3. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to follow or subscribe.